Hello, I'm Tom from Peavey at MusikMesse 2014 in Frankfurt, and this is our new Vypyr Pro. Now, this is the most advanced modelling amplifier available. We've put every feature we could in here and more, and basically for everything I'm going to show you, the thing to remember is this is using our trans-tube technology. It's a Peavey patent, and it's using an analog circuit to create the sounds, and it emulates how a tube amp works. That's really important because the tone of trans-tube is just like a tube amp, so it works live, it fits in a mix with a band, it sounds good and it feels good as well. However, it is one of the most advanced amplifiers there is, and what we can do is we can use any of these 4 slots to load an amp model, a stomp box, or an effect. And it's simple. You can select amplifier, stomp box, or effect, and then select the one you want. And then we have parameters that we can edit. So here, I've got an instrument model, which you can run in the first slot, so it'll allow your guitar to become a 12-string, or a 7-string, or an acoustic, or a bass. Then an amplifier, then an effect, and then we could load a stomp box. Or we could run 4 amps in parallel if we liked, or an amplifier and 3 effects, or a stomp box, an amplifier and 2 effects. Basically, you're not restricted on your signal chain. And using our WYSIWYG interface, you can actually see the parameters of every module and edit them to your taste. We also have delay and reverb, and what we've done with the delay and reverb on the Vypyr Pro is we've added multiple types. So, for a delay, we could select an analog delay, a digital delay, modulation, multi-tap, tape, or tube, and then we can have up to 5 parameters just for the delay. Reverb, we can also have a hall, gated, cathedral, room, spring, tile, and again, multiple parameters just for the reverb. We can also edit our input and output options. So now, and we've taken feedback from previous Vypyr versions to do all this. So you can turn the noise gate on or off and edit the parameters of a noise gate. We could change the input sensitivity for a particular preset. So if you want to load a preset with a guitar that has a lower output, you can actually boost the input sensitivity for that preset. Wah intensity. So this is the new Sanpera Pro controller board, and what we can actually do is now we can edit the intensity of the wah, but not only that, we can assign any effect parameter to these expression pedals. So we could fade in delay, we could change delay times, change the chorus rate, for instance, fully editable. On the output, we have a boost that is also foot switchable with the Sanpera Pro, and we can define the level of the boost. Looper level. We can actually change the loop level, which is built into the amp and accessible with the controller pedals. But what we can also do now is we can multi-track on the looper, so we can overdub extra layers as we go. Presence and resonance controls for each preset are fully editable, and we have an additional master volume there. What we can also do in the output is set a MIDI program change to go out of the MIDI out port on the back of the amp, or the MIDI out port on here, to control something such as our AT200 auto-tune guitar with Antara's auto-tune technology. So change your preset, not only can we change all the effects, amp models, everything in here, we can also then send out a MIDI program change to change the actual tuning on that particular guitar. On the back, we have a whole host of options. We have an MSDI, which is a microphone simulated direct interface, which emulates the sound of a microphone off axis on the speaker. So we can have a direct out with speaker simulation for live use or even for recording. And we have a speaker defeat on the back, which there we can actually turn the speaker off and just have the MSDI running. That MSDI output is also available on the USB port. The USB port on here will allow the amp to show up as an audio interface, but it's very high quality. Excellent converters, very low latency as well. We've put an effects loop on there as well, and also a power sponge which drops the power of the amplifier so we can get the trans-tube effect at a lower volume, because this is a 100-watt combo, and at full power it's very loud. And that is the Vypyr Pro.